Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Carol. Yay! I've been thinking about you. I'm so glad you can post. That is awesome. How have you been? Hi, Siri. I had to actually submit like a query to YouTube to find out what was going on, and it was some kind of internal glitch. So I have no idea. I don't know if it was because of being, an Australian, or I don't have no idea. Because sometimes they have like regulations for countries and everything. Hi, Mom. I know we have missed you so much, Carol. Hi, Sherry. Sherry, how are you? Well, I'm just glad you got on and can comment. Oh, are you, Sherry? I was like that yesterday. I just couldn't wake up. I yawned even during my video. I kept yawning. I just couldn't get it under control. It was pretty crazy. Oh, yeah, we missed you too. Hi, Lori. Lori. Oh, okay, Sherry. Oh, Susan, honey, you're fine. Yep, Lori, Mom's back. I told you she's only gonna be gone a couple days. They got back safe and sound today. You notice she called you girl, Lori. You have to appreciate that when you're our age. Carol, you've been gone about as long as Mom has. Hi, Nettie. Mindy! How you doing, Mindy? We'll give everybody a couple minutes to get in because I know people are usually run a little bit late. Hi, Beverly. Welcome back. Can't believe you come back to hang out with us crazies again. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm not doing yet. I'm just goobing around waiting for you guys to get in here. Patience, patience, patience. You're not missing anything. Hey, Beverly, that's just how we are. We're just a family and we just take everybody in. I'm one of those people, I don't care. That's me. Do you have a YouTube channel, Beverly? I think I seen you didn't you? If you have a YouTube channel, you guys all know that. If you have a YouTube channel, throw it up in the links. Let everybody go subscribe, support each other. I'm all about that. Wendy's in the house. Hi, Wendy. April's going to be late again today, too. Yeah, if you have a YouTube channel, any of you guys, put your link up in the box. I have stuff everywhere, you guys. I mean, seriously. I was pulling stuff out, and I hate this because, I get so much stuff out because I have so many different ideas, and I'm like, okay, I can't do this in one night. So I got my box done. Well, sort of. I didn't get my closure done on it yet, but I did. Let me put this down here for a second. I did get my box all covered. See, my box is all pretty. Oh, it's a pretty lace box. And it was a corn dog box. Yes, corn dogs. And I did a bunch of antiquing. I don't know if you guys can tell. Or I antiqued it and I gessoed it and inked it because I wanted to have that real antique look. And then on the inside, I even went like where some of the, let me try to get in the lighting here, where some of the lining was. And I actually ripped it with a needle, like in there, to give it that aged look. And I put ribbon around the inside. And then in the bottom, I gessoed and inked some to make it look all worn and torn and put ribbon around it. That was my corn dog box. So I'm pretty stoked about it. So I was super excited. And then let me grab. Thank you, Kathy. And a link to the ribbon I have. The brown that's inside, I have no idea where I got that from. I got it from the Goodwill, and it didn't even have, like, this is what's left. I used the rest of it. And there's, like, no label on it. So, but I think I got it maybe Hobby Lobby, but with, like, it's in the section with burlap and stuff. I think is where it came from. So you might look Hobby Lobby in the burlap section. I think might be. And that's what it looks like. And it's, hold on, I'll tell you, it's 3/8 of an inch. Yep, I worked on it until about 3 o'clock this morning, you guys. And then for my ribbon spools, this is just a 4x6 card. I'm just going to run the glue around the edges real fast. Let's see. Woo-hoo. And this is just one of the generic 4x6, the large blank. Oh no, this isn't blank. It's got lines on it. Index cards. So I probably would do it the other way, actually, if that makes sense, because I don't want the lines showing. I don't know. Then I could write all my information on it, which would be nice. Hello, how are you? Fly Fox Pro. And I know your name, but don't ask me to tell you what it is because I can't remember, because I am just not good at that kind of thing. Oh, no, I wanted to use my other one. Daniel, yes. Woohoo. It just slipped my mind. Hi, Tanya. And then I'm just going to, this is, I don't know if, well, let me grab a regular card and show you. This is just one of the Fiskars punches. Oh, well, it helps if you punch it before you pull the paper out, huh? Oh, well. In a hurry, in a hurry. And it's just one of the like little labels by Fiskars. It's a 3-inch label. So I thought it would be perfect being 3 inches. And I'm just going to go in about, not even halfway, just about a quarter of the way through. On both sides, just because I thought it would be sort of cute to be sort of fancy. You know, not overly fancy, but just sort of cute. And I'm going to do that. And then I use this bright red because it'll look pretty. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, well, if you have a link and you want it posted, because I'm going to go through, and my people that are in my chats all the time, I'm going to put them, you know, as my recommended channels, just to sort of support. So if you want yours to throw in there, just Facebook message me your link and I will make sure it gets set in there. And then I'm just going to put my lace around it like that. And then I think, because these are 4x6, let me open my little box. It still smells all new and fresh. And it'll set right in there like that. And by doing that, I will actually get 1, 2, 3, 4 across and all the way out. So that'll give me a lot of lace storage, even if it's, you know, a little fatter, because I have about a 2-inch space to add for extra for ones that add a lot. So I'm sort of excited. I'm ready to get it filled, and I've got all my new laces, and I've got my old ones. I need to get organized. Okay, so enough about that. We're going to talk about flowers tonight. I don't know what everybody's experience is. So with doing that, we're going to do some basic ones first. And you have your option of what kind of glue that you want to use. You can use regular glue, but if you do, be prepared. You're going to have to hold it a lot until it dries. Even art glitter glue, you're going to have to use a lot to adhere some of the things. And some of the things are just not going to stick. I mean, just straight up, art glitter glue is great, but it doesn't work for everything. You can use Fabri-Tac. Fabri-Tac works great. Again, sometimes you have to hold it and let it dry. So be prepared to do that a little bit till it, gets its nice grab on there that it does. However, my go-to when I'm gonna do it is just a plain old glue gun. This is an AdTech High Temp. I got it from Walmart for a little bit of nothing. And you can buy glue sticks of all different kind. I actually buy these. They're a little bit more expensive, but I'll tell you why. I hate replacing glue sticks. I mean, if you're doing flowers, something like that, it seems like you go through them just like as fast as you put them in, they're gone. These are really thick. I don't know if you can see these. These are they're almost a half an inch thick. Well, you can see it right there on the gun. It's pretty thick. These are also Gorilla Glue. They dry permanent. So it's not so much like some of your cool temp glue guns, they dry really great, but then they fall apart really great too. I've never had an issue with this, with the Gorilla Glue. So it is a little bit more expensive, but I like to build stuff long-term, so that's sort of what I go after. Okay, so we'll start with basics, and these are going to be sort of simple, and you're going to be like, really, seriously? But some people have no experience whatsoever, and so we're just going to go through some really fast stage builders, building this up. So I have this, which I sort of like to call my hibiscus. It's not really, it's not rosy, it's not daisy. It's just more of like, it reminds me of one of the big plate hibiscus. Let me put on a card so you can see it. And it's pretty super simple. I mean, it's like the basic of all basic flowers, but it is extremely flat. It's like 1/8 of an inch thick. So it's sort of nice if you want something to put in your journals, but you don't want to add a lot of height bulk wise. And you don't have to glue these down inside. You can let them sort of flip and flap if you want to. And there's different things you can do with it. So these are basic. Like I said, I just cut out a pile of petals because you just fold it over. It's easy to do. And I don't even make sure they're straight. I don't want them the same. They're flowers. I want them to all be different. So they're not all the same. They're not all round. They're not all pointy. Every single one is just sort of random. And if I cut them out like double, triple the fabric over, let me grab a piece of fabric and show you. Just because I'll show you how super easy these are. So, if you only have the basic, because some people may not have a lot of things. And these are easy to do with Fabri-Tac. These are really nice if you're wanting to do it like on the go, like you're traveling on a trip or something and you want to do them. You can make a bunch in a lot of different colors and it just doesn't take up a lot of space. Okay, so I just like quadrupled that over. So I'm going to get 4 petals out of it. And I just come in just like you're going to make a circle, like a really bad circle. And then I just sort of just round it, move it around. That's it. Some are rounder, some aren't. I tend to use 5 petals. So I'm actually going to cut 1 more petal. I've got all these other petals. I'll use that. That's fine. And these are basic. I'm just going to put a really small dot of glue. And it doesn't even, I'm barely, not putting a lot of glue there. And I'm just going to push it down. Petal, push down. You're going to overlap your petals. It's easy. And you guys feel free to like comment, what you think. I actually have a couple other, besides the fabric, embroidery flowers. If people are interested in that, I can do those. And also like ribbon flowers. The ribbon flowers are gorgeous. And I just keep moving around. You get to the final one, push down. So they're going to look like that. Lori's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And I'm not singing anymore. Deidre's back. Okay, and then I'm looking for a button, and I don't want anything huge, even though it is a big flower, so you could use a bigger button. Actually, I was looking for a nice, pretty brown button. Oh, well, we'll use a bigger one. That's fine. How's that new craft room going, Lori? I'm so excited for you. Okay. I'm going to go into the center. I'm just going to put a nice gob of glue. And again, you got strings. And just push it down. And then I always keep a little index card. And I just sort of fold it in half. And then fold it in half again. So it almost creates like a little V. Then I like to go in and just through the buttonholes pull that out. I don't like that. Or another alternative is if there's a bunch of glue there, what's sort of really cute is grab you a small button, put your little small button in there, and you sort of get a double. Oh, well, welcome, Dingra Deidre. And there you go. Well, let me put it on a card because it's always easier to see on a card. And that's a little bit of nothing. And those are super, super simple. Hi, Kath McMillan. How are you? Oh, Mom said, Lori, happy birthday. But yeah, and they're almost like, you know, if you've ever seen that large plate hibiscus. And it's just super simple, nothing to it. And you have this paper backing of this circle. And I'll tell you what I use. This is 1 1/4 inch. It's an old, I don't even know if you can see the thing of it. It's almost worn off all the top. It's 1 1/4 inch punch. And I'm great. And I just use the little 3x5 blank index cards. Again, from the Dollar Tree because it's $1 for like 100 of them. And if you do it right, which I seem to be having difficulties with my punches tonight, which is crazy because that doesn't usually happen. And if you try to, you know, put them really close. And it doesn't matter if you don't, you know, if you get that little square on the side, it doesn't matter because that's where you're going to glue it off. You can actually get 7 holes. I mean, you leave like very little left. So, and that's what I use to back my flowers. And like I said, this is 1 1/4 inches. You can use smaller if you want to. Some flowers you need smaller ones. And I'll show you what I do if I need a smaller one. But yeah, so that's it. And you've got a hibiscus type flower. So there's that one. Basic, simple. This is easy to do with Fabri-Tac, easy to do if you're on the road. Okay. So, and you can do any kind of fabric. I chose this fabric because, and I'll show you why. And this is sort of the type of fabrics I like to use. It's got some brown, it's got some white, it's got some darker orange, it's got some lighter. It's a lot of different colors. And when I think of flowers, I think of different color. You don't get, you know, you don't just have a red flower and everything's completely red. If you look, there's going to be parts that are different colors. That, and I just love how this is like very vintagey looking. But you can use any kind of fabric. Okay, so we're going to start out with the second one. Let me get these petals out of the way. You're going to cut your petals, and these are super simple. You're going to cut your petals again, just like you did before, double them over. But you're going to cut them in a football shape. A football shape. Okay, and as you can imagine, this is going to be pretty simple. You're going to put your glue on. Then you're just going to throw your petals on. Side by side. And I like side by side with them touching. It's how I like to do mine. And I'll show you in a minute what we'll do. And I usually do enough glue for like 3 at a time or half of them, because you can sort of get them in there fast enough before it dries. I just sort of overlap them a little bit. It is extremely easy to make these. which makes it nice because you can make a lot of them. And here's the thing, you guys, I want you to remember, just like with the big hibiscus ones, if you make your, say you have a 1/2 inch punch, you know, a really simple small punch, you can use that, make your footballs smaller, or make these petals smaller, and you can literally make your flower any size you want. You could actually make one big enough that would cover the whole front of your journal if you wanted to. So, you know, okay. So we're going to step this up. I will show you one instance, but we're going to go on and make the more detailed one. Let me get a button out so I have it ready. Okay, so you have your simple 6-petaled flower. Let me put it on here. I could go ahead and glue my button there and have a very cute flower. And again, the flowers are going to get more complex as we go. But I know some people have never sewed on a sewing machine. Some people probably have never made fabric flowers. Some people may have never even messed with fabric a whole lot at all, you know, other than doing a few simple things. So I wanted to sort of start from the basics and work up. So this would be a simple 6-petaled flower. Okay, but say you want to step this up. You want it to be a little bit more fancy. Okay, I'm going to grab my petals. Okay, and let me grab them here. I think I've got enough. Well, nope, I may have to cut. I might have to cut one more. Hold on, let me cut one more. And I'm just going to lay these on top of here. And I'm just using the same ones. Obviously, if you were doing this at home, you would just keep these and make more of the others. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to waste my copy paper, and I don't want to waste my cardstock. Copy paper is really too thin. It doesn't give you a really nice base. I don't want to use cardstock, so I use the Dollar Tree 4x5 or 3x4, 3x5, 3x5 index cards. And I managed to get 7 of my circles punched out from that one card. So, you know, that gives me 7 nice bases. And you get out like 100 of these for $1. That's 600 flowers bases for $1. It's cheaper than buying your cardstock, you know, and just using that. Now you can use your scraps of your cardstock if you want to, just to use it up. Okay, so for my inside, I'm going to make these just a tad bit smaller. So I'm actually going to come in and I'm going to cut off about somewhere between a 1/16 and an 1/18 of an inch around. And again, if you're doing a football, you're just, you know, if you know what a football is, if you're in a different country, American, yeah. It's not soccer ball. It's, you know, the round football. Because I know some people call them different things, different places. Okay, so I cut these just a tad bit smaller. I'm going to come in. I'm going to put some glue. Again, I do it about halfway around. Sort of spread your glue around a little bit. And that's one thing important if you're using a glue gun. Why I don't like using the Cool Temp glue gun is because by the time you have to move these flowers around and, you know, do all the different things you want to them, a lot of times while you're manipulating your flowers, your glue will dry if you have a cool glue gun. So if you start out with a really hot one, how did I do that and still manage up one petal short? Hurry and cut that petal. Woo, that glue got me. And yes, you do burn your fingers. It's just, this one's going to be a special petal. He's going to be all on his own, extra special. And see, I was able to get him in there, why I'm calling him, I don't know, and glue him down and make it in time because I was using a hot glue gun. If I was using a cold glue gun, that would have never worked. Now, if you I'm just going to throw this out there just as general information because I'm trying to explain everything the best that I can. If and see again, if I take that paper in there and sort of swipe that, or wait till it's dried, I can come back in and, you know, with a knife and scrape that off the top of the button so it doesn't show through, or just sit and wiggle your fingers as it dries and you'll work it loose. Yeah, if you have fabric, that's what I was gonna say. Thank you, Deidre. You got me right back where I need to go. If you want to match a specific journal, I know, I've got my silicone brush. I just thought about that, but I already have my hands in it. But thanks, Sherry. One of the things to think about is if you're doing a journal and you want to match a specific color in your journal, buy either white or like your natural cotton fabric. When you're dyeing your lace and whatever else, doilies, whatever else, your paper or whatever else, drop your fabric in there, dye it the same color if you want it to match, then let it dry. Once it dries, iron it. If you're doing it with cotton, I have found, now this is just me, now what I'm using is quilting cotton. It does look all wrinkled because I've had it folded up since I've done it. But what I like to do is dye it all and everything else. Let it dry. And once it dries, I throw it in the dryer and heat it for a little bit because it sort of heat sets the color. Then I will pull it out and I have a little spray bottle like this. It's actually one of the distress sprayers with water and liquid starch in it. And just spray it really lightly. Or if you don't want to do that, you can get the aerosol cans of the starch. Spray your fabric as you iron it. That starch is going to give you more bulk. It's going to give your fabric more weight, so it's easier to work with. Not only that, it'll keep it from fraying as much, which we want fray, and I know that. But when you're trying to glue, the last thing you want is a bunch of strings popping off. So you can glue it. Then you can go around with a needle or like your, well, as some people call it, pokey tools, or your awl, and sort of pick the threads and pull, and it'll still get that weathered old look to it, but after you've glued it down. So like, let me find mine and I'll show you. Like I have this flower here, and you guys can see like this petal right here. This petal right here. There's no threads to it or anything. Very little. You can see this fray over here. That's it. Now you guys, well, maybe. Let me put it up here. Okay, this little fray right here at the edge, you can see. You guys know any kind of quilting cotton, every time you try to mess with it, all you get is strings. So if I want to, you know, add a little edge to the edge, I'm just going to take my pokey tool, being careful not to poke my finger, rub it along the edge until I can catch a thread, or I can just go along the edge, grab that thread. And it's really neat, actually. Because I'm going across the grain right now, and with doing that, I'm actually splintering off all of the main threads. So hold on, let me get just a little bit more. So you can actually change this whole entire flower up. Let me get these off right here. So they're out of the way. Thread, thread, thread. You can actually, let me push it down so you can see it. Try to get back where you can see it. You can actually fray the whole entire petal if you want, which is sort of adds, you know, a neat effect all its own. And if you're going to do that, I would do it all the way down to about 1/8 inch from the button. Then you have that whole frayed petal look, and your strings will stay in that petal effect, in that shape, as long as you don't go all the way down to the very bottom. So you can get that frayed edge on it. So with this, adding the extra ones in the middle, you almost get like a chrysanthemum, like for Christmas. So, you know, this would look really good in like a red or a green, for Christmas journals. So there's that one. Is everybody staying up with me so far? These are really basic, I'm telling you. Is everybody staying with me? Give me a holler if you're staying with me. Let me know you're there. Oh, there's an ambulance going by. That's not good. Is everybody with me? Okay. Awesome, Kathy. At least somebody's out there. Somebody's out there. Okay. So, Carol's with me. Yay. Yes, these are very simple, very basic, but they're really neat to do. Okay. So, we're going to move it up a bit. Let me get something and let me get a different piece of fabric. Let me get a different piece of fabric. I'll use this pretty pink that I have. Oh, I don't want to use that. I'll use this. It's a scrap. See? It's a cute little scrap with some lace. I don't want to use that. I can use it on girl. Hold on, guys. It's difficult picking fabric. Here we go. I got this bright yellow strip. Hey, Connie! Okay, so I'm just going to pull it out. You can literally use anything for this. Everybody can do this one. Super, super simple. I'm actually going to use the can that I usually use on my Sunday draw. I'm going to place it upside down on my fabric. The back side of my fabric up, right? I'm going to use my pencil because, you know, it's easy enough and it's simple and it's right here on my desk. And I'm just going to trace around it. Come on, you guys know how to trace around a can. Anything circular, a canning lid, a lace spool, you know, a thing of shipping tape, any kind of circle. If you have a circular cutting die, you can do that. If you've got, you know, that circle cut on your Scan and Cut or your Cricut, you can do that. Literally any kind of circle. Now, this is going to be, because I'm starting basic, and this is probably one of my super little favorite ones that I like to do. It's not necessarily a flower. You can use it as a flower, but you can use it for different things too. And I'll sort of explain once we get it done. And yes, I'm cutting super slow, and it does not have to be perfect. That's just me being weird. Yay, Wendy's with us. How is you and your daughter? Are you working on your journals, Wendy? How's it coming along? Yes, I remembered that. I know, right? That's awesome. I have a hard time remembering anything these days, you guys. I think just so much going on in my head. All those other people need to get out of my head. Just let me be me. Night, Lori. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Enjoy it. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. So I've got my circle. Okay. So this one you will need thread. I'm going to use black so it is easy for you guys to see. If you don't know how to thread a needle, I don't know what to tell you. Let me take this out though, because I want to make it thick enough that you can, or not thick enough, long enough that I have enough. And this I don't worry about how much thread I'm using, because it doesn't take a lot. So I can use the same thread for multiple. Now, normally you want to pick, a thread that's going to match your fabric, just like if you're sewing. But then again, I know some people don't sew. And you're just going to push your thread through the eye of your needle. I always try to pick a needle that has a bigger eye to it, just because it's easier for me. Then I just double knot mine. I just flip it over and push it through one time and just pull. And then I always take the knot, put it in the middle of my finger there, flip up, and then push through the circle, pull it out the back, and pull it down. And I find when I put it in the middle of my finger, my knots almost always get next to each other. So, like I said, I'm using black, so it's easy for you guys to see. Normally, you would want to use a thread that is the same color. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my circle, I'm going to fold it in half, fold it in half, then I'm going to fold it in half again, so I have like quarters, just like you're cutting a pizza or a pie. And then I just take my fingers and finger crease it really hard, so I just push it on there, make sure I smooth it over really good. Flatten those edges as the best you can, because the better you flatten them now, the easier it's going to be for you to do. And I picked this color for a reason. Okay, so when I open up my circle, I want to make sure my inside is facing me, not the good side, the back side. And you'll see that you have your cross, your quarter sections. Okay, I'm going to take my needle, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to find where my line is here. Okay, I'm going to take my needle and catch just not even, I'm not going to sew through it. I'm going to try to catch 1 or 2 threads in the middle. So when I flip it over on there, you can actually see, you want to try to make it to where you can't see that you're doing it, but I'm using black, so you're going to be able to see it no matter what I do. But if you can see just that little 1 or 2 threads, just barely sticking it in there. I mean, it's just barely there. And then I'm going to pull my thread through and stop it right like that. Now I'm going to unfold my circle. Okay, now this is where that cross being in there is going to really, really help. I'm going to go straight above, all the way to the top, and I'm going to go about 1/16 of an inch in, following that line straight above, about 1/16 of an inch in. Oops, if you do it right the first time. And I'm going to pop my needle through there. Then I always lay mine down and hold it in the middle. And then I'm just going to pull my thread tight. And that's going to do this. So I just sort of take my fingers and crease it down. Okay? And this is going to seem probably more difficult now. Once you do about 3 of them, hi, Gary. Welcome to the family. Oh, how sweet. Okay, so we're going to go up to the other. You're going to follow the line up again. Again, 1/16 of an inch in. So this is just repetitive. And here is where I got my thread wrapped around. And you may get your thread wrapped around. If you do, just take the time to pull it forward. I'm going to tighten my thread down again, right like that. I'm going to crease my fabric down. So you're literally going to get, Wendy, that is so sweet. Will you tell her thank you? You're going to have like a taco or a burrito effect, like you're trying to make a burrito, but you haven't rolled it yet. You know, where you throw the sides in. Okay. Now here, I always go to the right. You're welcome to do what you want to. I start at the right and work my way around. I'm going to take my needle, and on this side, the right upper side, and I always work to the top and to the right. Okay. I'm going to go in, see where this is folded over, right here where it's folded over in that corner. I'm going to go 1/16 of an inch down, and I'm going to make sure I get both those pieces of fabric, not just the top. Make sure you get both of them. 16th of an inch in, and I'm going to pull These are a lot easier to do faster. Yay, Gary. Welcome to the family. And have a good lunch. Okay, so you're going to pull tight till it comes down in the middle. Take your finger, put it through there. And again, finger fold down. Okay. I flip it around. I'm going to go up here to the right at the top, 1/16 of an inch in, making sure I grab both pieces of fabric, slide my needle through, pull, and you may have to help it and sort of push the fabric so it stays together on the inside. Pull it down, and again, finger fold. Okay, I'm going to stick it up. Now, this, you need to make sure when you finger fold that it goes to a point, though. You don't want it, all crazy. So you may have to straighten those final ones out with your fingers and make it to a point so you have a diamond shape. Okay, you're going to go 1/16 inch and down. At this point, you have your base, your front fabric, your flap that folds in this way, and your flap that folds in this way. Make sure you catch all three of them. Again, I go about 1/16 of an inch down. Pull your thread. Again, if you have to use your finger, I always do because I would rather it look nice and neat. Finger fold, right? Okay, you're going to flip it up. At this point, that's the shape you should have. It's almost like paper origami here, guys. Okay, you're going to go through the top. Again, you have the front, the flap in, and the flap in, so make sure you get all three of them. 1/16 inch of down. And if you're a quilter, you probably already know how to do this because this is known as a hex, and we're going to have a hex here in a second. Fold it down, finger fold. Okay, then what I do, and this is just me, so everybody can do different. I take my needle and stick it through underneath all of my little flaps that I've caught. Not through the front, just through the flaps, just to sort of tighten them all down together. Right, like that. Then I come back through where you can see where my black X is in my thread. If you guys can see, there's that little X right there. I'm just going to put my needle through there and catch one of the little black X's. I'm going to pull. When I get a nice circle up here, and you'll see it in a second, if you put your finger in there, you can catch it so it doesn't pull too tight. Okay, and you can see I've got my little loop. I'm going to take my thread through it and pull tight. And you may have to take it and pull it a little bit because every once in a while, and if it was going to do it, it's going to do it while you guys are watching. Oh, well, I'll show you. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake. Okay, so just loop through again because it does happen. And, that's just and I did the same exact thing looping through. And I always like to double knot mine at the very end. So I'm actually going to come up and grab all this so you guys can't tell that it's there. Flip through. I'm going to have my little loop. When I get my loop like that, I'm just putting my thread through there and tying it down just like if you're going to tie off anytime you're sewing. Oh, neat, Wendy. Then I'm going to go in. I'm just going to snip, and I usually leave about 1/8 of an inch of a tail on there because it's not going to matter anyway. Okay, now here you have two different options, and I will show you the difference. Let me grab my button. Let me grab a button. Let's use a dark scent. Ooh, a nice, pretty green one. That'll be perfect. It looks sunflowery. Okay, let me grab my gun. Okay, I'm going to go on this side. I'm going to do it right across where I just put my thread. And just do a nice dot of glue. It doesn't have to be crazy. I'm going to take my button and get rid of my string because I hate glue strings. And push my button down. And yes, you can use your silicone brush for this, but I'm old school and I always just use my fingers and burn them. Okay, so here is the difference with what you do. And I will explain there's multiple uses. Okay, I could have flipped it over on the back and you can see that my little black poke right there, that's all the thread that's showing. Okay. And put a button in the middle, and that's what you're going to get. So it's just really plain and basic. Hi, Elizabeth. So you're just going to get sort of a hex with a button in the middle, which is cute by itself. You know, flip over a little ribbon like that. Well, here, let me just cut it and do it. It's easier sewn and than said. So flip it over. Throw a little glue down. Put one piece of your ribbon down. About halfway inside that ribbon. Come back through. Woohoo! Hot, hot, hot. And push it down. And I sort of have a little leaf off to the side. And you sort of have a little leaf off to the side. And this is your basic hex. Okay. On the other hand, where we made our little triangles and we pulled them, see how you get this really cute little petaled hex? I love that design. You can do the same thing, and I'll do the same exact leaf and show you guys the difference side by side. So it sort of depends. Do you want, what do you want from it? Do you want a little bit of, just a basic, or do you want something a little bit more substantial? And I did make my leaf a little smaller here, so let me slide it out a little bit without burning my fingers off. Caution, does come with burned fingers. Now, and then you guys can watch me destroy it in a second. Okay, so here's what our hex looks like when we use the back, or which is technically the front where we pulled. This is the hex. So if you do quilting, this is the hex you use in like your little grandma's garden and all that. This is what it looks like if you use the front. It is totally different looking. It doesn't really even look like the same flower, depending on what you want to use it for. If you want something to have more of a pop where it gets your attention, you're going to want to use this one. If you want something just sort of laid in the back, delicate, that just sort of it's there, but it's not like attention grabbing that takes your eye away from everything, then you want to use this one. Okay, so let's talk about these little hexes. Let me try to pull this off real fast. Yep, it all came off. Well, not all. I mean, so there's some glue on there, but I can glue that back later. You guys just see me destroy it. Yeah, you can do that, Kathy. You can, yes. What Kathy's saying is, here, I'll show you guys real fast. What Kathy's saying is, you can fold it like that. Well, that's sort of really bad. Let me do it more of a straighter diagonal. So you can take it like this, your ribbon, and cut it, fold it in half, like in your V shape, and put it to the side. Well, you can put it to the side like that, where those two sides stick out as your leaf, like that. Okay. Here's why I like hexes and why I decided to include it in flowers. A, I think that's just a cute little flower to grab your attention. But these are hexes. So let me pull this one off. Oh, well, that one's on. I got that flipped up. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Okay, anyway, so you're doing a bead journal. Make a couple of these. Ignore the flower petal and all that. 4 or 5 of them grouped together. Glue them side by side or sew them. You have a honeycomb. Put a little bee on it. It's a cute. It's just cute. And I mean, you can see that with the yellow, it sort of comes through that way. So you would have, 4 or 5 clumped together, little bee in the middle. You don't have to even sew them together. You can just glue them. So, honeycomb. Again, you can take them and like where this one is, you would move it down here and you'd have 5 around, 1 in the center, like here. Then you put 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. You have like the grandmother's flower garden that you can use in a quilting journal, or like in a fabric journal, sewing journal, quilting journal. I use these in my Civil War, using my Civil War fabric, and did a line of them like this together, top to bottom. It made the most cutest belly band. I did one whole page that was like this in a quilting journal. So you can use these for a lot of different things, not just cute little flowers. I mean, you literally can use them for a lot of different things. And where like this button is, let me... let me find... Okay. A little mushroom. That's cute. I'm trying to find a little flower that would work. Let me trim the stem of this one off. Well, yeah, I'll trim the stem of this flower off. Vice versa, you could just put a flower head on top. That's a little poppy. And you just have it right there in the center. So, I mean, there's a ton of things. You could do these in like red, you know, with little white hearts, or white with little red hearts for Valentine's Day, black and red. Yeah, there you go, Sherry. So, yeah. Yes, and if you've ever seen a grandma's flower garden, look up a grandma's flower garden pattern if you're interested in that. And you just literally, you have one in the middle, and then you put like one on this side, one hook's here, one hook's here, 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 and here. Now, you guys remember when we did these, right? And they were round. One of the cutest things you can do, and I love this because this is what I did. We would go camping in the summer, or if you're traveling, pre-cut your circles. Huge pile of them. You need your circles, a needle, and thread. So I will go through this once more, but I'm going to do this at the actual speed that I normally do it, just so you guys can see. These don't take near as long as what it looked like with me showing you. These whip up really fast. So, fold, fold, if I can grab the needle, it would help. I'm going to grab my few threads, pull through, grab the top a 1/16 of an inch, down, press the fold, flip it around 1/16 of an inch, hold, pull it down, create my burrito. Remember our burrito. Again, finger fold, grab the point 1/16 of an inch, hold it in the middle, pull it down, fold, flip it around 1/16 of an inch, grab it, carry it down, pull it tight, again, fold, making sure I go into my point. You need to make sure you're into your point because you need your diamond. I'm at my diamond. Grab all 3 pieces of fabric, pull down in the middle, fold, make sure I'm at my point, grab all 3, again at a 1/16 of an inch, pull down in the middle, and it unfolded. So you just make sure you fold it back in so it stays nice and neat. I'm going to flip through and grab all of them. Circle through my knot, pull tight, go back through again, go through my circle, pull tight, cut, and move to my next one. they don't take near as long as what it looked like with me trying to show you. So, you know, so again, like the grandma's flower garden, you know, you'd have this one in the middle, and you could put buttons in the middle even, which would be cute if everyone had a button, so they would look individual flowers but look like a garden too. So you'd have that there, and normally you put them down this way, so they're solid. You don't put them, you put them like this. However, I really like them like this. I wouldn't do them like this for a quilt because you have that, with only using a 1/16 of an inch, you have that chance it's going to come loose. You know, but for a journal, if you put buttons in the middle, that's going to secure that more. So that's it. And I mean, that's super easy for a hex. So like this could be like a mini flower garden. I mean, you've got 3 little flowers in a garden together. You know, put little leaves out each one. Easy to do. I mean, you could actually gradient the background from a green to a blue, like the grass to the sky, you know, with some yellow in it. It would be gorgeous. Okay. So there is that. So on to the next one. And you're going to use the same circle. So again, these are another one that you can carry with you. Yeah, it probably, the best thing I can tell you is if you replay, you know, cut your fabric, you know, you need a circle, cut your fabric. And honestly, if you think it would be easier the first time, you know, trace a saucer or something really big, because sometimes using the bigger one is easier to get. You know, if you really want to, you know, slow it down and make sure you get, you know, your creases perfect, you know, you can pull out your iron, you know, do it, iron it flat. If it makes it easier for it to get out of your way till you figure out exactly what to do. But yeah, they're super simple to do. It's one of those things, it looks extremely difficult until you get it. Just remember, burrito, right point, 1/16 of an inch. You're going to pull 2 of those, then you're going to have a diamond. Then you're going to pull each tip of the diamond and you're done. That's it. Sometimes it's easier like that. And what I may do is go through and do an individual video for each one of these, and zoom my camera in really, really far, you know, so you're right on top of me where you can see. Okay. So we're moving on to the next one. This we're going to do, I sort of like the raggedy edges with my flowers. So I'm going to leave my edge out. If you don't like the raggedy edges, you can use your iron and iron down like 1/4 of an inch all the way around. I personally, for what we're using it for, just don't see that necessary. I'm going to go about 1/4 of an inch in. And this is the inside. This is the outside. This is the inside. I'm going to push my needle through. I'm going to go about 1/8 of an inch, pop my needle out. So, right, like I'll try to, you know what, let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can zoom my camera in a little bit. Hold on a second. I'm pulling it, trying to see if I can pull it up. And I'll show you. And you're going to work in it like 1/8 inch all the way around 1/4 of an inch. So if you've ever like basted a quilt together, you know, or you've sewed quilt pieces together, you will rock this stitch, guys. And you just push the fabric over and under, over and under. Hold on. I'm trying to wait for my camera to come up. It's like acting slow today. Let me see if I can zoom in. Let me see if that will focus where you guys can see. There you go. Well, maybe. Can you guys see that? I'll try not to move a lot. Okay, so you're just going to take, or it's going to get more blurry. Come on. Yes, a fabric yo-yo, Carol. Yep. That's what we're going to do is we're going to make a yo-yo. And again, you're just going to go around the edge all the way around. And this, you just literally go 1/8 of an inch, push your needle out, 1/8 of an inch, push it in, out, in, out, in, out, in. And you're just going to go all the way around your circle. These are another good travel flower. I know we're going into summer. People are going to be traveling. Kids are going to be at home. You're going to be, outside with the kids. You're going to be at the beach. You're going to be sitting on the front porch, and you don't want to take a bunch of stuff with you. Yep, a kind of yo-yo one. It is exactly a yo-yo. I do not know where April's at. I know she had some things to do earlier this morning, but that's all I know. So just in and out, in and out, in and out. And you reach a point where you have to pull your string through. And then again, out, in, out, in, out, in. I'm trying to make this go fast because these are yo-yos. A lot of people are familiar with these. And if you're used to yo-yos, then, these are super great to use as flowers because they're just super, super simple. Okay, and then right next to where you came in the first place. Then just take your string and pull it through. And you may have to work it out. Okay, then this is still my outside. Well, there you go, Connie. Flip them out. Pull, 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 then straighten it out. And again, I left these in shabby. A lot of times people will, fold those insides in and iron them out. I'm lazy. Yep. Yo-yos have been around forever. And then I'm just going to go through because I'm going to put a button on top of it. I really don't care what it looks like. So, which makes it nice because you can do it faster. Now, if you don't have buttons, take your time, hide your thread. And again, you're just going to, just like any time you tie off your needle, if you do a button or anything like that. So if you've done any kind of sewing at all, then you know how to do that. Clip it right like that. You've got your yo-yo. Grab a pretty button. Let's use a dark little button. I like using dark buttons on all this orangey stuff. I'm going to grab my glue gun. I'm going to drop a dot of glue, which dropped way too much glue, but it'll work. And then I'm going to comb some of that glue off because that's just going to create a bigger mess. Woohoo! There goes the glue strings. And shove your button in the middle. Yeah, it did, Janet. That's funny. There you go, Connie, especially if you're not wearing it anymore. So there you go. I mean, seriously, you guys, look. Flip it over. Let's throw a little leaf on there. If I even fold it and do it the way that they suggested, let me dip in here and get a little glue on it first. Okay. My index card. Hold on a second. Let me grab my ink. We'll ink this puppy up and we'll show you. We'll just glue him down. Just trying to take some of the whiteness out. I think this is my dry ink pad, which means my good one's in the other room. There we go. Yes, you can do teeny tiny little round ones too. You can do them where like the size of a dime. Let's do it up here in the corner, I guess. I'm even going to use my hot glue just to save me having to get my Fabri-Tac out. Flop it down. Yep, yo-yos are coming back. You saw it here first? No, just... Oh yeah, you can do those. They're just as easy to flip around. But I quilt, so, and I've hand pieced quilts. I actually hand pieced. Look, I'll show you a piece of Dorothy's life here. I almost said Michelle. My middle name's Michelle, and my family, a lot of my family calls me Michelle. Even still, so I almost said Michelle. But yeah, I mean, how perfect is that? Let me get rid of my autofocus now, because if it keeps doing that, it'll in and out, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so how cute is that? I mean, seriously, that is adorable to stick down in a journal, and there's nothing to it. I mean, we use what, a 4x4 piece of fabric in all of 3 inches of a piece of ribbon. Actually, you know what would be really cute? We may do that in the Facebook group. We may do that. Who's on here that's... April's not here. Elizabeth, somebody send me a Facebook message or whatever and remind me that we could do a yo-yo swap where everybody can make yo-yos and we can swap them in the group. That way you get yo-yos, because everybody's going to decorate them different. That would be super cute to do. I love it. But see, I quilt. This is one of my little... I made this one for my mother. Well, she's passed away since now, but my mother-in-law. It's one of my favorites. I love the one on my bed. I have a purple one on that, but I love this one. Yeah, just send me a message and remind me. But yeah, so this is one of my favorites. Let me find your phone. It's under the gel plate. Yes, it would. It would be a fun swap. And seriously, these don't weigh a whole lot. So, I mean, we could do like a 5 yo-yo swap. They're thin enough. And actually, if we did them without buttons, just the yo-yo without buttons, and because if we didn't put buttons on them, that would save in shipping. And we could get like 6 of them in probably a regular envelope for a stamp, which would work great for in the Done by Dorothy group. If you hear me talk about Facebook groups, it's always Done by Dorothy. We're in the middle of, we've had our swaps. Not really. They're just, right now we're not doing anything because of the way everything is. So yeah, I think that would be cute. We could just do the yo-yos. You could decorate it with ribbon, not put the button on it, because then you could get 6 in an envelope. That would make it easier. A lot of people who don't normally join in on international ones, because shipping is so expensive right now. I will make some yo-yos with some ribbon on it and check and see how many we could do with like 1 stamp or even 2 stamps and keep it under. 2 stamps would only be, what is that, $2.40 or something. That's not bad for a swap. You know, if we can keep it under, then, you know, that's great too. So one of the things I think we're going to do too is designing our homemade postcards. And then we'll have a regulation size everybody has to do. And you can decorate the front of your postcard, but you have to keep it flat. You can seal it and everything, but keep it flat. So, you know, you can glue or whatever on it, stamp it, decorate it or whatever. And then we'll ship them through, because I think we can get those through pretty cheap too. Okay, so there's that. So see, there was my little one I had earlier for my sample. And see, it was littler than this. So you can see the difference between my first one and my second one. So, you know, yes, you can do smaller ones too. Yes, and I have made these with lace. Okay, so we're moving on. And again, we are doing, like I said, trying to do more simpler flowers right now, building up. I am trying to find a certain ribbon or lace to use that's really pretty. Oh, you know what? Let me see in my jar, because I always got scraps in my jar. Always got scraps in my jar. Trying to get something really bright and vibrant. Okay, we'll use this. This is a pretty. Yes, for the Oh, cute. Yes, Kathy, when we do the swap in the group, I will actually set and I will play with yo-yos, see the biggest size we can fit in an envelope and be able to ship international for a certain price. Because then if we can get it through, you know, the 1 ounce for international and the 1 ounce for US, then that would be one regular stamp in the US and an international stamp for international. I think a lot more people, I want to do swaps where you're able to do international more. And I think sometimes we do swaps, and don't get me wrong, I love swapping journals and journal pages and, you know, tons of decorations and all that kind of stuff. The only problem is it leaves a lot of our international people out. And I love, you know, getting stuff international. I love getting mail, period. That's like, you guys have no idea. If I know I have a package coming, I'm like at the door, like when the mail comes looking. I love mail. I always have. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to take my circle, and I'm actually going to get a little Post-it card to put it on. You know what? I'm not, because I can't see it on there because I'm blind as a bat. Okay, so I'm going to put just a little bit of glue around the edge, right? And I'm only going to go, like I said, I only do like half of a card at a time. I do the half a card at a time because it dries, okay, then I'm going to grab my lace, and you can use lace. I'll do a piece of ribbon here in a second. I'm going to take the end of it, make sure it's secure. I'm going to take my lace, just fold it over a tad little bit, glue it down, fold it over a little bit, glue it down, fold it over. And when I say fold it over, I'm literally going maybe 1/8 of an inch, just enough that it's going around, owie. I'll have to have another sale just to pay for the 3rd degree burn injuries when I get done. Okay, and then I'm going to glue the rest of my circle around, and I'm going to put a little bit up towards the edge because this is thicker than I normally use. And this is Battenberg. This is just my self-dyed Battenberg. And again, 1/8 of an inch. Push, hot. 1/8 of an inch. And push. 1/8 of an inch and push. 1/8 of an inch and push. And please be careful. It will get hot. So watch where you throw your fingers. Okay, and I'm going 1/8 of an inch and pushing. Okay, then on this very last little tip, I'm going to grab it. I'm just going to put a little drop, not a lot. I just need a little drop to hold it. Then I'm going to grab whatever this side is. I'm going to pull it up where it matches. And then I'm going to take what's left of my little ribbon, which is usually takes about 1/4 of an inch for the last one, up to 1/2 an inch, depending on, you know, how far you're going. It sort of goes in towards the inside of the circle because I want to drag this over. And I'm going to hold it down for a little bit. Okay, I'm going to give this a little bit to dry. While I do that, I'm going to grab my hot glue gun. I'm going to run right up in this. I'm not using a lot. I'm just putting a little bit out here, guys. So don't think that I'm like squeezing. Marty! Marty's here. How is your back, dear? I know your back has been killing you. Okay, silicone brush. I don't know what I did with it, you guys. It's gone. It's not. It's here. Okay. Then I'm just going to push that down so it does. And this is Battenberg lace. I don't know if I would necessarily use Battenberg for a flower unless you want to. However, I actually did this with my sprays, my acrylic sprays. I'm using my Battenberg because it was in my scrap jar. And in my scrap jar, anything goes anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to find a big hunka button for this one. I want a really big button. Okay, none there that I like. Let me grab my other jar behind me. It's got my big buttons. Oh, I bet, Marty. Oopsie. Oops. Big vintage button in the middle. I love using buttons. I have so many buttons. Ooh, I don't know. That one's really cool. Hold on. I don't know. I sort of like that brown. It does. With this certain Battenberg does, yeah. Okay, I'm going to use this big brown one. I'm going to put a nice daub of glue in the middle because that's a deep well, and this has a shank on the back, which I'm going to cut off. And I have little metal clippers and little metal cutters that do that. I don't do that with. And I'm going to push down, and I need to pull. I'm actually going to mist this, which you should never do. Because I spray this with acrylic sprays, it's a little firmer than normal. So I sprayed it just a little bit, and you'll see that just that teeny tiny little mist. You've never found it? This is no joke. I went to my Goodwill and I found these packages of Battenberg. There was like yards of it. Hold on. Oops. I found 5 packages that had this much in a package of this. So I have like a bunch of this. Lori's back. Yay. Happy birthday, Lori, again. Yep. Mom's been in Tennessee. And she's home safe and sound and doing good. As grouchy as it. No, I'm just joking. Okay. So there's that. I mean, seriously, guys, get out. This is too cute. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Wouldn't that be so cute? That would be cute on a cover. I mean, I realize this is green. It looks so much better if it was like pink or whatever. But it is really cute. Let me find. Ooh, here. See, like this. Some nice dark green lace with that on it. Oh. It's so cute. And it's just a little bit of nothing. I love it. Y'all, these flowers are just tripping. Okay. So let's go and step up the game a little bit. Let me find a piece of a ribbon that I like. Okay, we've been doing the My Dear Jane with all of the wonderful pink and green stuff. So I'm just going to cut in here. And again, remember, I said when you're pulling this, And I'll tell it just in case somebody wasn't here. If you're pulling cotton thread and, you try to do strips and, I used to, this is horrid. I would start to do a strip and I would do this and I would pull and it would go here and here and here and here and here and here and here. And I end up with this great big end down here and this like ripped area, sort of like, saran wrap does when it takes off or aluminum foil does. And I found the trick. You take it, you cut your beginning. Set down where you have a flat surface, like on your table, whatever table, your work table, craft table, kitchen table, whatever. However long you want to use it, you can do this with a short piece. You can do this with something. I did it with a bed sheet that long. Lay whatever your fabric is out in front of you, straight in front of you on your table. Take your scissors, cut a little bit, and pull just a little bit and get your start. Put it in your hands. Pull between your thumb and your fingers. Leaving your hands and your arms on the table. Just pull. Don't lift. You can move your hands, but do not lift your arms up. When you lift your arms up, you are applying pressure. Humans naturally, if you're right-handed, you're going to be stronger with your right. If you're left-handed, you're going to be stronger with your left. And if you notice, whatever hand you're stronger on is usually where it veers off. That's why. Okay, so we cut that into a strip. So I'm going to grab my circle. I'm going to grab my glue gun. I'm going to do my half circle again because, that's my thing. And my glue strings are everywhere. Pick my little circle up. I'm going to grab my ribbon. I'm going to put it down. We're going to do just like we just did with the Battenberg. You go about 1/4 of an inch, back 1/8. Do 1/4 of an inch, back 1/8. 1/4 of an inch, back 1/8. 1/4 of an inch, back 1/8. Flip your ribbon out of the way. And I got glue strings hanging. Grab your glue gun. Run the other half of your circle. Flip it back. 1/4 of an inch. Got my finger stuck in it. 1/8 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch. 1/4 and 1/8. Lay down 1/4. Go back 1/8. Lay down 1/4. Go back 1/8. Lay down 1/4. Go back 1/8. Lay down 1/4. Pull it back. Grab your glue gun. Where your little hole is in between the two, you want to put a dab of glue. Okay. Take this ribbon, push it forward about 1/8 of an inch. Just barely. Take this one, pull it in a little bit to where it meets up to your other one. Push it down where that is, right like that. Okay. Let me grab my jar with my pretty butt. Oh, where's that? Where's the dark one I had? Oh, it's in this jar. Pretty buttons. I love buttons. You gotta find the perfect one. Oh, I like this one. Because this one I can use in my Jane journal. Seriously, you guys, get out. And that's just torn cotton that you get for, if you go to Joann's, Hobby Lobby, something like that, and just get the plain cotton. And then just dye it, whatever color you want it to be to match your journals. You literally have the most gorgeous flower that matches in with your journal. Ow, finger. You can, you just have to try. Don't do it as fast. Go slow. You can do it. I actually made one of these once and I had a girl. You guys, people were crazy. And I don't mean that in the best of ways. Offer me $15 for 3. Yes, you can use bed sheets. You can use whatever. I'm going to show you with lace here in a minute, like regular lace. But there you go. I mean, seriously. I'm not even going to do that. Let me grab this. Now, obviously, I had the bows, so it's overdone. But say I didn't have the bows there, how perfect would that look right there? I mean, even attached to that ribbon. But I don't like how it's covered up like that. But how perfect would that look? Yes, this will be Marty's. This is going to be a Marty, you guys. Oh. Well, I may be putting Marty's in my store. Just so everybody knows, on my Etsy store. Yay. Okay, then this is cheating. If you have any kind of gathered lace, it naturally curls anyway. This is the cheating lace. I'm going to do my half around with my glue, and I'm not even... I know there's a Lori and a Marty. Okay. I only go about every half inch and do an eighth. Oh, yeah, about a half inch. And then do an eighth. I don't go... Nope. Lori's are the really, really pretty tall things. And Marty's are the cute little fluffy things. Because Marty said she's cute and fluffy. Oh, I don't know. I'll find something. I think April should be the artistic covers after she painted that awesome cover. And Elizabeth's can be all the little cute gel prints. You guys don't know, I nickname everything. I really do nickname everything. I'm not joking. It drives my daughter... Oops, sorry. It drives my daughters mad because my Scan and Cut and my Cricut are named things and all kinds of things. They laugh at me. I just got all kinds of stringy stuff going on here. Nope. The yo-yos are going to be... Wait a minute. Kathy, you're the one that did the vest, aren't you? Kathy's are yo-yos. Marty is... These are Marty's. What did I do with Marty? I lost her. That's Marty's. I meant that in the best of ways. Out of all the love and devotion, and I just messed this up trying to talk and being silly. I pushed it too tight. Okay, let's fix it. Wow, hot. You guys are so silly. This lace is too tight. Yep, Kathy's a cutie patootie. The hardcovers on the books will have to be my mom. It'll have to be Barbara's because she loves books. Okay, so there's the little eyelet one. So, you know, there's different ways that you can do that. But what I really like to use, one of my favorite things to use for yo-yos, or not yo-yos, daggone it. These are almost like rosettes. Yeah, I'll fix it. I'm not going to deal with it right now. I'm moving on. It's too hot right now. I have to wait for it to cool down. Okay, so I like doing it the same thing, but using like, whoo, buddy, an inch thick satin ribbon. They turn out gorgeous, you guys. I mean, seriously, you guys will see what I mean in a minute. They are just brilliant. Yep, see, I told you my mama loves books. She likes books and salt and pepper shakers. Salt and pepper shakers. She collects salt and pepper shakers. She probably got, I kid you not, Mama, what you got? Probably 4,000 salt and pepper shakers? Seriously, guys, she's got that many. My kids laugh at me because I smell my books. That was hot. Oh my gosh, you guys, I got some more books. I got more books. Get off there. Oh, me too, Marty. I'm a weirdo too then. My kids are always like, you smell those nasty books? They're old and they smell musty. And I'm like, I know. I can't breathe for 3 days after I smell them, but I love them. Oh, no, my finger's fine. My finger's fine. You won't even be able to tell I burn it tomorrow. I just keep hitting the same spot. I don't know. I like it, though. I like books. I love books. Eventually, we're going to move. We've been looking for a place, but we can't really find, like, I don't know, what my husband wants, I guess I should say. He's a little picky. But when we move, I've convinced him I want a library with like wall-to-wall shelves. I want a library. I love libraries. See, cute. It's so cute. Except for the glue I have there that's all stringy. They're really cute once you clean them up. You do have to go through and clean all the glue strands and stuff off of it. Awesome. I wish I had enough bookshelves to store all my books. I don't. I have boxes of books waiting for my library. Me too, Marty. But see, I love how the satin does. And it's so cute. Let me grab a little box. See, that looks so cute. And you literally can put like any kind of fussy cut in the middle too if you want to. But I love the way, and this is just, this is like the generic Walmart. It's 7/8 inch. But you can use even the wider around. I've did some really cute ones with some different type ribbons. Yep. Did I show you guys all of that ribbon that I got? Yeah, I think I did. That's old. Oh, so there's that. I want to do this one. We're going to eventually do this one. Oh, I guess we can. Shoot, why not? I don't have a big enough circle. I have to cut a bigger circle. I'll have to cut a bigger circle. They are so fun. I do have a whole bouquet out there. I'll have to have a bigger circle to do this one. And I just hand cut this. I just trace something and use it. So this is about 2.5 inches. Oh, no. 2.25 inches around. Yes, you can use ribbon with the wire edge. You can use anything like that. Okay. So I've got my pretty white cotton, and I'm going to just use this white cotton after I just string it. Yes, you can do with wire edge. It's pretty cool because you can form the edges. Oh, did you? Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to put this on here, and I'm just going to put a little bit, about 1 inch down the side right there. And I'm going to tap that down. And I'm going to put another little bit of glue very carefully. Oh no, I cut Lori up. I cut Lori up and used her in the journal. Okay, so I have this, right? I'm going to put a dot of glue in the middle of my circle. Okay, first of all, I'm going to grab this and hold it. And I'm going to twist. And this strip is wide, by the way, before I start doing this. It's about 2 inches wide. Nope, I cut Lori up into many, many pieces. She had a long life. About 12 different pages she was on, and made a bookmark. Okay, so I'm going to twist this, and I'm just twisting it like this. Nothing special, right? Okay, so I'm going to stick this down in my glue. Right there in the middle. Okay. That's so funny, Marty. I know, right? It's a Lori. They just don't understand. Okay, so what I do is, because I have that stuck in that base, I'm going to twist it around because it's solid. I'm going to, every so often, about every inch, put a dab of glue. Okay, I'm twisting as I'm spinning here, guys. So it is a little difficult at first. Once you've done a couple of them, you do get the hang of it. If I can get my fat fingers out of the way so you can see. And I'm going to twist and do a little bit of glue. And always do your glue towards the bottom because obviously you don't want it to show at the top. And twist, glue it in. Woohoo! Twist some more. Put your spotty glue. Now, every so often you need to stop, flip it up, put some glue on the bottom again. So you're adhering to the bottom too. You're not just wagging in the air there. So if you hold it down on the page, it's a little bit easier than trying to hold it because the glue does get hot. But I usually twist about 2-3 inches ahead of myself. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to come up here, put my drop of glue, put a little bit on the bottom too. I'm going to twist, glue it in. Remember, if the glue does get on it, you can pull that off later. So once it dries. And again, I'm going to keep twisting. You guys are so funny. Hey, Lori, where's April? Do you know? I talked to her this morning, but for a little bit, a very little bit. I know, right? Hey, you guys, I did have this really cute idea today. And so it's something we might do later. I don't know. We may do it now. I don't know. It depends on if you guys want to do it or not. It's absolutely brilliant, though. I know, I do too. I think everybody should take a piece of lace. Not a lot. I mean, just a piece of lace that fits like in a regular envelope. Maybe a 6-inch piece. And mail it to me. I can post my P.O. box, mail it to me. I will take all of that lace one day, maybe during a Friday Night Live, and we'll make a Lori out of it and mix it all together. All the little scraps of lace all mixed together. And then we'll cut it up and send everybody pieces. So we all have pieces of each other. I know. Crazy, huh? Sounds silly? I thought it was cute. And everybody's got a little 4 or 5, 6-inch piece of lace that laying around that they can, get rid of. I thought it would be a cute idea. I know. Then everybody would have a piece of each other. That, or everybody who wants to do it could figure out how many people you want to do it, and we could do tags or anything. But I thought that would be cute to do the little Lori like that and split it up. Just because, and what I do is I would back it with paper. And that way, when I cut it up, you would know who all's was what, where it was all mixed together. I would just make sure instead of making one big long Lori, I would cut all of the fabric, all the laces and stuff into pieces, seeing how much we got. And then if, we had enough, say for a 12-foot section or something. Oh yeah, that would work, Kathy. And then, if you could get a 12-foot section, I wouldn't put buttons or anything on it because that would add to, the balk, but the lace and stuff. And I would make sure that every piece had a piece of everybody's, if that makes sense. And then I could take pictures of each lace and post it on the thing so you would know what lace belongs to who. I just thought it would be cute. Okay. Look at my rose. And that, you guys seen, that was literally just twisting and gluing. It would be super cute. So we may, I may discuss that next. We'll talk about that next pajama party, because that's sort of like our party day. We do goofy things. So we can talk about that then and get it all organized. Hot, hot, hot. Well, yeah, that's true, Elizabeth. Well, but I could just mix it all together and it would just be like one big combined. Yes, in tiny pieces. That's what I'm saying. Like little bitty teeny tiny scraps. Instead of using like great big pieces, it would be like you would literally have like this little micro snippet. So like a little piece like this might be like one person's little lace, or even if like that, we could go down to where you use like this. So it'd be really, really cute. Okay, so look at the little rose. He's so cute. This is probably one of my favorites to do. Now, if you are a sewer and you sew on a sewing machine and you don't want to deal with hot glue, you can do this. You just lay it down flat. I use like a piece of tissue paper on the back. You don't even have to glue it. You just spin it all together, but you hold it while you're spinning it, get it all spent together, and then literally just slide it under your needle in different directions, and you can tack it and sew it down without having to glue it. But I sort of like having it on the back. So like this is white. So like just for instance, I love this. This is like I just like it right now. So you could do that like in the bottom. I mean, wouldn't that be cute? And have a couple small ones. I mean, you could do like a small one over here and a small one over here, like a little bitty quarter size one. Yeah, that's what I could do, Kathy, is just split it up and then just divide it. Yeah, what I'll do is I love this rose, you guys. What I will do is I will make sure once this posts to YouTube, because it's alive right now, so it takes a little bit of time for YouTube to post it. So you'll have to check back. And I think, unless it's on my about page, hold on. Let me check something real fast. Nope, I haven't put on there yet. Oops. Okay. Yeah, then just mail it to me. I'll put my P.O. box in the description box. And I know, right? And then see, I love this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm distracted with. I love these roses like this. Every time I look at them, I love them more. Yeah, Lori's cutie. But I will put it in there, and anybody who wants to send in can. Just make sure either somewhere inside the envelope, send a piece of paper with your name, your address, just a snippet of lace. If you want to do 6 inches, whatever you want to send. I mean, some people may not have as much as others, so what you can afford. Don't be crazy. I mean, I don't want you, shipping whatever, but if you can send like, 6 inches, 12 inches, whatever you can fit in an envelope, like with a stamp, I would think. Make sure you put your return address, your name, your return address, not just your mailing a name. Please put your Facebook. Yes, that's great. Self-addressed stamped envelope. And what I will do is, yeah, just a self-addressed stamped envelope would actually be better for me. And I will see whatever I can fit in a self-addressed stamped envelope, weight-wise, is what you'll get. I know, Sherry. I love it. And and the cool thing about this is the cream is you can dye it any color you want. So it makes it nice. Yeah, just lace and a self-addressed stamped envelope. That makes it easier. And by doing that, you won't have to add a different piece of paper, giving all your information or whatever. Just your mailing address, a self-addressed stamped envelope, and a piece of lace. A piece of lace that you want to send. And then I will do the Lori on a Friday Night Live. So you guys will actually get to see me create her with all your guys' lace all going together, which will be so cute. And then we'll snip her up and weigh her according to what I can send for a stamp, which is like 1 ounce. So, I mean, it should be, I've sent quite a bit for an ounce. So, if I get enough, what you can do is because I don't know how much is going to get sent. If I get a lot and you may want a bigger piece, if, you want like double that piece, put an extra stamp in your envelope. I'll check for extra stamps. If I have enough to send you, like a second amount, like a 2 ounce one, if we get that much, because I mean, there's a chance we may, it's going to depend on how much lace we get in, where I can send you double, put that second. If there's not enough that I can send you that, I'll just throw your stamp back in there with your lace when I mail it. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense? You're going to put some stuff other than lace. Well, and that's what I'm saying. It's going to depend on, how much is in there. So the more lace I get, obviously, the more I can do. I mean, I've got lace, so I mean, I'm going to throw some of mine in too. But again, I'm not going to make personal snippets for everybody. I can't do that. I don't have the time or whatever to do that. I mean, just don't. But yeah. And then everybody will get, sections. So, if you do want, then if you want to throw extra, stamps in there for that, then you can do that. Well, yeah, if you want to throw buttons and ribbons and stuff like that in, yeah, if you want stuff like that and that's something you guys want to do, then what I can do, if you guys want like the full tilt with buttons and all that kind of stuff, like I did for my Lori for the My Dearest Jane, I could do it, figure out, cut even amounts that we have, and then do PayPal or whatever for the cost of shipping. This is something we'll have to figure out. What do you guys think? I mean, because if we do that, I could like PayPal for the amount of shipping. Do you see what I'm saying? I hate that there's a lag sometimes between when I say stuff and when you guys get it. So I'll give you guys time to answer back. So, I mean, it sort of depends on what you guys want to do. I mean, obviously. Yeah, see, that's how I am, Lori. But I know some people are going to be, well, I can only afford this. And some people may want to do more. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Janet, that's exactly, I don't want it to be overcomplicated. I think let's just stick, I will worry about, oh, thank you, Connie. You too, sweetheart. You're so sweet, Lori. Okay, let's do it this way. Everybody send what they want to send. If you just want to send a little piece of lace, you can do that or whatever. If you send more, and yeah, we can do that. And what I was gonna say, if you want to send more and you want it back, then make sure you leave me on low. And if there's extra, then I can do that. Okay, Natty. Yes. The Canadian stamps are international stamps are I just bought some. I want to think like $1.20. International stamps are, let me look real fast because I just bought some. Let's see, international stamps. International stamps right now, if you do a 1 ounce, is $1.20 for 1 ounce. You know what? Okay, girls, everybody stop again right now. I think everybody who's talking about this is on the Facebook group. Okay. If you're interested in swapping for the Lori, send me a Facebook message. I will create a chat with all of us, and then we can actually decide, what we want to do. That's where I'm at, Janet. I think that's easier, if you do that. I mean, obviously, if you donate a piece of lace, you don't want your piece back because you still have that usually. So Facebook message me if you're interested. I think everybody on here is in the group. If you're not, comment below this video if you're interested, and I'll send you a Facebook message with everybody. Then we can all figure out what we're going to do. I think that'll be the easiest thing to do. Let me do some figuring weight-wise, what I can fit for, the amount, and see what I'm playing with. I can use the Lori bookmark to sort of base that off of size-wise. And then we'll do then. We're talking about doing a possible swap, a snippet swap, basically. Everybody would send stuff in on a Friday night pajama party. I would make the snippet along with everybody. And then when I do that, then we can figure out the size that we'll be shipping back and all that. And how much to send and all of that. I'm here on Friday nights anyway. It just gives me something to do, dear. I mean, I'm crafting anyway, so it would just be, we always do something fun on Fridays, so it would be something to do, and you would actually get to watch your lace sort of be joined in with everybody else's, which I thought would be sort of cool. So yes, comment below on this video. Just, you can just put Lori swap in the comments below. Hi, Gigi. Below, just make sure you comment Lori swap. No, you guys would send a basic amount of lace to me, then I will create it and then divide it up and ship back where everybody gets a blend. Hi, Tammy. We're talking about doing a possible sort of snippet swap, a Lori swap for us because we call it snippets Loris. But doing a Lori swap. If you're interested or want to know some information, then, stay tuned, I guess. Yeah, make sure you comment below, and then I will contact you and get a hold of you. Yes, Beverly, honey. Yes, if you were here and you're in the group, you're more than welcome to join in. Okay, well, just comment below, and then not tonight, you guys. It's not going to happen tonight because it's almost midnight where I'm at. And then, yes, you can like and comment and share this video. You can get it spread. I always forget that. No big deal. Comment below that you're interested in the Lori swap, and sometimes probably the beginning of the week. Okay, that's fine. If you PM me or a comment below, and sometimes this weekend, I will get a chat going and figure out what it is. Okay, Natty, we'll figure something out, honey. And you might ask like your local post office to find out, what takes how long and what the cost would be and all that. So let's just do that. And at the beginning of the week, I will try to get something together and put it, get it going. Okay, Kathy, then just Facebook message me. Giggles isn't here. She is with her dad tonight. Yeah, then if you don't have comments like below your video because of the way you've got it like switched or whatever, then just Facebook message me. And I will gather it all together and get it all together and do some figuring and try to see what works best for everybody. Okay? So hopefully that'll work for everybody. We will get it figured out and get it going. So okay. So with that, I think no, there is no any kind of certain lace or anything like that. It's just basically, I just ask that you be fair. I mean, you know what I mean? Oh, you're welcome, honey. Hopefully you guys got some ideas with all of our flowers we made today. Lots of different little flowers. So, I mean, it was a start. Obviously, it's not all the ones that we could make. It is just a start. So we probably will have another session where we do some more. This is by far my favorite, you guys, just so you know. So if you send me flowers, send me these. No, and I like this. And I like the Marty too. We'll have to call this one the Elizabeth. I guess. Marty and Elizabeth. We got gel prints. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay. Oh, this could be the Janet. Janet's one we didn't have. We had Kathy and we got Elizabeth doing gel prints. And my mom is the books. So I guess this will have to be the Janet. Does it look like a Janet? We got Kathy. Kathy's the yo-yo. Kathy's the yo-yo. Yes, there is a lot of different flowers we made. I'll sort of flip through. We did this one. This one is just the same as this one, just using a different thing. We did we did the yo-yo. Oopsie. We did some basic flat ones if you didn't have a lot of items. And then we sort of did the poinsettia if you use like red and green or white for Christmas colors. Although and if you take that away, you sort of have the daisy. So just some fabric flowers. And the Marty and the Janet and the Kathy. We don't have these names for these yet. I think the Beverly. I think Beverly looks like a Christmas person. She looks like she would be Christmassy to me. And we'll have to name this one the Connie, I guess. The hibiscus can be Connie. And I'll never remember that. So I know you guys are all so beautiful. All so beautiful. Oh, wait. And we have this one. I forgot. And Nettie. Nettie's the real shiny one. Look, Nettie's the pretty shiny one. All satiny and beautiful. All young and vibrant. That's Nettie. And this patch of flowers. Oh, and we got this one too. Who else do we have? We'll make Elizabeth a flower too. A gel print doesn't work. This can be an Elizabeth. She looks very aged and unique and beautiful. I'm not saying you're old, Elizabeth. My birthday's December 6th. Beverly, my birthday's December 6th. So we're December babies, which stinks. But you're closer to Christmas than even I am. So, ooh. Look, we're just a beautiful patch. Let me move around so they're all bright and beautiful. Well, see, that worked out, didn't it? See, something about you just told me you were Christmas. You had that Christmas vibe about you. There you go, Elizabeth. Better. But I mean, look, we really did. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different flowers today. So, oh no, we did this one too. That was we did the Hexie. Who's the Hexie? We need somebody else. Who's the other one? We missed one. My mom can be the Hex. She's a grandma, like from Grandma's Garden. This is my mom. My mom's the Hags. There you go. Now our flower garden is completed. So we did 7 flowers tonight, guys. So if you go back through the video and learn each one of those, that's 7 different things you can add to your journals that you didn't have before, unless you've done them before, and maybe revamped. I mean, because if you do yo-yos. Kathy, this is Kathy. There's Kathy. We haven't did April yet, but April's not here, so she can't count this time. She has to be here for something else. She can't be here. When she's here, she gets her flower. She'll have to be here for the next flower session. But look, guys, did want to show you something that I got. And if you guys are interested in it. Oh, Kath was here. Oh, this can be Kath. My mom likes books. Anyway, this is Kath. This is Kath. The beautiful Grandma's Garden. And hugs to Kath. I was thinking about you so much last night. You just were on my mind. But I got these, and it's something we could sort of do if you guys are sort of interested in it. And it's ribbon flowers. It's like 121 different ribbon flowers you can make. How cool would that be? And I mean, they're really pretty. And there's bows and bees and ants and butterflies and dragonflies and inchworms and ladybugs, all kinds of stuff. And then there's these. These are all holiday ones. So there's like little pumpkins and little wreaths with, look, the little bouquet autumn. It's got the little cattails in it. Yes. Yeah, there is Connie Woods and Connie Barch. Connie K and Connie C. Yes, there is. Look, it's little snowman and little Santa. And look at the Christmas lights. How cute would that mean? How cute is that? So I'm going to show the covers of these books again. If any, I'm thinking about doing these and maybe just like 3, maybe one night a week, working on the embroidery designs. I mean, look at the Christmas tree. And the little gifts. They're so cute. I mean, there's just tons. I mean, some of them are so pretty. I mean, look at the wedding cake. And I mean, it tells you step by step how to do them and shows you. So I thought about doing this, and maybe doing some of these designs sometimes if anybody's interested. And it may be something maybe I do as a separate video series, like a pre-recorded thing, not a live, but a pre-recorded or, that type of thing. But I loved the little bees. All the little critters are so cute. So that's something I'm going to be working on. I have the stuff ordered. I'm waiting for it to come in. But I did get my books. So the flowers reminded me of that because there's tons of flowers there. So that's probably a series I'm going to be doing during the day. And it may be like twice a week. And I do like 2 different designs a week or something. Or maybe 3 designs a week. Like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Do a pre-recorded. Sew it once and scan them. Oh, yeah, sew it and then scan it in so I can reuse it over and over again. Yeah, I have a bunch of embroidery stuff like that I need to do. And I got a book today that is a Christmas book. And it's all in German. It's like from 1890 something. See? And it's in great shape. I mean, I was shocked. But it's all in German. Oh, it's from 1908. It's so pretty, but it's all in German. Oh, yeah, I bet. I didn't pay that for it. I can tell you that much. And you guys, okay. We're just going to do a throwback real fast. Does anybody remember Mr. Wiggly cards? Mr. Wigglies. Vintage Mr. Wiggly. Yes, it does, Marty. But they're Mr. Wiggly cards. I got those. I got some other stuff too. I got a bunch of. I got books. I got books. And I have some more coming. My husband is horrid, you guys. Look, it's purple. And it's a Reader's Digest. Upside down. But it's a Reader's Digest. Isn't that pretty? I loved it. I got this one. I actually have 2 of these, I think. I have 2 of these. Aren't they pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. Yep, I have 2 of those. See? So I may be reselling one of these. I love this one. This one, which I love. I love this one. Is one of my favorites. You guys, and I have more coming in. So I got the hookup on these. I can't tell you. I have a personal connection is where I'm getting it from. And this, I love it. It's got crayon marks. This is so much like, to me, would be perfect for like a mother's book. Because, I mean, it's got like the kids' crayon writing on it. You know, and it's got this smudge down here. To me, this is very like a Victorian mother's type. And I mean, it's in really good shape. Look, it's got like the little spots in the back. I haven't cleaned any of these up though. So some of that may come off. So I got that one. I loved that one. I have a couple of these, which are like an underwater SeaWorld type plants sort of mix. It's depending on what you did. I mean, if you did for an underwater thing, you definitely could do that. Or you could do just for like a wildflower theme. So I really like this. I have a couple of these. This one, which just screams out like Asian. To me, this seems very Asian, very, I don't know, maybe not. Very breezy, maybe like prairie, sort of windy branches. I love that. Some of them I'm using for a series I'm doing. And the other ones, some of them I managed to just get 2 copies because I was trying to get the best copy of it. And like I said, I have a connection that's like running these around, grabbing these for me. So, and then there's these, which is a gorgeous fall autumn one. And I love this one. And I have some others coming in too. So, oh, did you really? Oh, see, I have Edith Holden. I haven't done anything with. I have 4 Edith Holden books. I'm like, oh, cool, Lori. But yeah, and I have a couple of these. So I'm excited. I'm like going book crazy. I have other ones too that like aren't as pretty. These are the ones with like designs. That one, which is just a pretty red, which honestly, the reason I got this one is because it has Robin Hood in it, and I love Robin Hood. So this one is definitely like a Father's Day tie. You know, Edith Holden is insane right now. Yes, they are. They are price gouging like crazy. I got mine like way before all that happened. So, and I got this one, which I love. I think it's cute. This is actually a second copy of the one that had Robin Hood because I was after it for a personal collection. So I wanted the one in the best condition. And then the other one I'll do something with. I have this one, which I like too. I mean, I've got some others too, but they're ones I showed you before. So these are just the new ones that I've got. And I have some more coming in. So maybe it won't be tomorrow. So maybe Monday or Tuesday, I'll have some more to show you. I have some really, really pretty ones coming in that I was super stoked to get. I think I have a second seahorse one coming in. Oh, do you? I have 4, but I have one that is like 1933. So it's like one of the early ones that I won't cut up. So it's not even counted. So I actually have 5 total. But I've been trying to find the hedgehog one, but I can't find it anywhere. So yes, I'm collecting all kinds of crazy stuff up because I have used so much stuff, not just between not selling stuff, but I mean making journals and doing all that. I've used a lot of stuff up. So I'm sort of restocking and rebuilding and, and I got some more lace coming in and all that kind of different stuff. So you get tired of using the same thing all the time. So, you refurbish and get some more stuff out of there. But anyway, I will let you guys go. The Edith Holden ones, I actually looked at one the other day and I was like, oh, I found it. And I looked and it was like $92. I mean, I don't know who they think is going to pay that. Oh, Janet, see, I am trying. I have an idea, but and nobody's done a journal online. Nobody really does anything with those. And I'm after one, so Lori, you can let her fair price buy one. Good luck. I'm not coming off mine. I know. I was like, seriously, I bought mine when they were like a lot cheaper than that. So, okay, I'm going to let you guys go. I've yacked your ear off for 2.5 hours. I'm sure you're ready to move on and not hear me anymore. So, and I went to bed at 4 o'clock this morning. So I'm ready to go to bed, I think, tonight, which doesn't usually happen. You guys, thanks for joining in tonight. Have a great night. Like I said, it'll be probably the first of the week. Make sure you comment below or Facebook message me, one or the other, whichever works best for you. If you're interested in the whole Lori swap, and I'll get back to everybody like the first of the week, or I'll figure something out and I'll do like just a video of that. And we may do that, just a live video just for that. We love you too, Elizabeth. Wow, I was going to say we love you too, Dorothy. Ha ha ha. Oh, have fun. Have fun. Make sure if you make any flowers off tonight that you post them in the Facebook group. I'd love to see them. Yep. Be safe too, Beverly. Have a great night. And we'll see you guys all in the group. Tons of stuff going on over there every day. We'll be back tomorrow for Bless This Mess. And I'm not sure what we need to talk about the hedgehog feast, Janet. She's like, what ideas do you have for my hedgehog feast? Okay, Janet. Just send me an email or not an email. Well, you can email me or Facebook message me, whichever one's easier for you. Okay. Good night, Marty love. Good night. You guys all take care. Get some sleep. Stay safe. Stay, careful out there moving about, since a lot of places are lifting the restraints and stuff now. Make sure you're safe and careful. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Love y'all. Thanks for your support and thanks for being here. Bye, guys.